Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to talk about the COT report. We're going to look at the COT report acts as a market sentiment, and it's an additional confluence that we can use for us to know our directional bias. So we're going to start with what is a COT report. The COT report is a weekly release by Community of Futures Trading Commission. It categorizes futures market participants by their positions, essentially showing who is buying and who is selling and in what size. Types of traders. There are three main groups. The first are the commercial traders. These are often producers or hedgers, or for example, gold miners hedging against price changes. Then we have the large speculators, hedge funds, and big traders making big directional bets. Finally, there are the small speculators, who are the individual traders like you and me, often trading on their own instinct. How are we going to interpret the data? When you look at the COT data, pay attention to the net long positions of each group. If large speculators are piling into long position, that could mean that a trend is strong. If commercials are heavily short, it may be hedging against price drop. By comparing these groups, you get a sense of where the big money is moving. So we are going to do the examples. So when you're looking for the COT report, you come to this platform. It's called the barchart.com. When you come to the barchart.com, where are you going to go? You're going to come and select your commodity here. So we are going to analyze the COT report of the dollar index. When you know the direction of the dollar index and what the commercials are doing with the dollar index, you can be able to trade the pairs that are paired with the dollar. So we are going to come here, select commodity. So there are various commodities. There's gold, there's silver, all of them. So as we're going to look for the dollar, the DXY. So the dollar index is right here. What's the dollar index? Somewhere here. It's that one. So what do we want to see? We're going to click you click the open interest. After clicking the open interest, you do like that, full chart or the interactive chart, or you can come here and click the interactive charts. And first thing that you're going to do is you're going to change these to candles. You're going to change them to candles. Going to send them to candle, open to close candles. So the data that we want is the weekly nearby. We can use the weekly nearby or the we're going to use the weekly nearby. So the next step that we're going to do is we are going to go to the indicators. So we are going to remove this volume and search for COT, the commitment of traders report. So what do we have? We have selected our COT. Initially, you are going to find your tool when it has the small speculators, the large speculators, and the commercials. But as we're interested in the data, that the commercials are giving us. So we are going to remove the large speculators and the small speculators. The small speculators are traders like us, the retail traders. The large speculators, they include the hedge funds and the banks, and then the commercials, they are the guys who they move the market, the smart money. So we are going to apply in a new page. So after applying, we have something like this. So we are going to download this chart. You're going to download that chart data. I'm gonna save it as chart as image. After downloading it, what are we going to do? We are going to use this platform that's called the Paint. Let me first copy that image. Want to copy that image. After copying that image, I'm going to come to this platform. On your machine, you're going to look for it. It's called the Paint. Put the grid lines. I want us to all we want to do is paste whatever that we have copied. A minute. The image that we have copied, we're going to paste it here. So after pasting it, apologies, I was not recording there, so I'm going to change that window. So this is the image. This is the platform. It's called the Paint. You can find it in your PC or the device that you're using. So you're going to come here, put the grid lines. Initially it didn't have any grid line, so you're going to come here, put the grid lines. After putting the grid lines, I want us to identify the low and the highest point of the COT data. So we have this is our high, that's our high, and where's our lowest low? This is our lowest low. The next step that we're going to do is we're going to identify the midpoint. We are going to identify the midpoint. So we are going to count how many boxes are here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are going to put our line at around 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have something like that. So the next step that we're going to do is, let me remove these grid lines. So the purpose of the grid lines is to identify the midpoint. So I'm going to fill the positions that are net short positions. The net short positions were having something like this. As you can see, the market has been shorting. Because the commercials were placing the net short positions. Okay, and I want us to go where this is our net long positions. As you can see, the commercials are preparing to place the net long positions, meaning that we are going to have a bullish bias on. Bullish bias on the dollar. Okay, if you're going to have a bullish bias on the dollar, what do we expect on pairs like what do we expect on pairs like, let me write just here, we have the USD JPY, or in simple terms, I'm going to say USD X X X, and then I'm going to have X X X USD. If the dollar they are placing the net long positions, we expect pairs with USD XXX to long, okay, and we expect pairs with XXX USD, for example GBP USD, GBP USD to short, because it is negatively correlated to the dollar. Okay, so that's the simple way to identify the commercial the commitment of traders reports, and the report on the commercials, because the commercials are the ones that we are interested in, because they are the ones that they move the market. So if you find this video useful, you can consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, and see you in the next video. Adios.